I'm working on something big. I just finally know what I have to do. I am Iron Man.
You think you're the only superhero in the world?
Every army begins with one man. He will be the first in a new breed of super soldier.
Who are you supposed to be?
Captain America.
Do you swear to guard the lives of the innocent and preserve the peace?
I swear.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
What if I told you we were putting a team together?
There was an idea called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could.
There is no version of this where you come out on top. Maybe your army comes, and maybe it's too much for us, but it's all on you.
Strategies refers to microportals is the creation of a unique and valuable positions involving different sets of activities.
So Marvel Studios, with all blockbuster movies, is generating high profit and revenue. So this is show us a success story, how very important for business strategy for the company to have a competitive advantage and sustain in the business. So do you think that Marvel strategy is applicable to all of industry? Let's follow our discussion today.
In terms of actor, Marvel choose not so popular actors for very well-known comic characters. For Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, it focuses more on the character itself, and later both actor and the character will grow together. While DC focuses on casting famous actors like Michael Keaton for Batman, Halle Berry for Catwoman, and Henry Cavill for Superman. DC changed the actors over time, resulting the chemistry of the audience and the character itself is not really obvious.
Marvel chooses the actors or actresses precisely, so therefore every character has an equally strong image. On the other hand, DC, for example, in a Suicide Squad movie has only 2 or 3 characters who have a strong image. So this character or these actors and actresses overshadowing the other actors.
Marvel can attract the new talents for doing their things, as for the new entrants, for new ideas, so that the competition there, interactive there, become smooth and become great. And this what Scarlett Johansson or Benedict Cumberbatch felt.
Compared with the DC's, Marvel's highlight characters that close with the current conditions, with the normal humans, that makes the audience feel closer with the characters. In DC's characters, they are more on the gods, or more on the character with the super strength that comes from outer space, and they're using basically fictive locations, right? While in the Marvels, they're using the real locations such as New York cities and other cities in the area. That makes basically the audience feel closer with them.
Customer curiosity. I think Marvel has successfully building the customer hype by using creating a promotion and trailer with package and interesting promotions in YouTube. Okay.
To increase the customers' curiosity, Marvel put after credit scenes whereby viewers can see a clip of the upcoming movies. So that way people will feel more curious of what will happen in the next Marvel movies.
Not only heroes characters, Marvel also continue to build the villains characters. They are consistently using the same Thanos, the same Loki, the same Ronin, and other villains. Marvel exactly know what are their long-term target and also implemented the strategy from each time to time. This is make the customer never leave Marvel and always curious about what is the next sequel.
Marvels build a customer experience with strong bonding with customers.
Okay, there is something interesting about Marvel Studio strategy because the way of he's thinking about when hiring directors, he looks for experience in domains, uniqueness, and also have strong characters.
You want to know Marvel's success formula? Keep challenge it and be innovative.
Insurance companies, they need to be innovative in creating its products so that the customers will feel interested in buying the products. Looking from Marvel's strategy, they create a long-term plan whereby each movie is actually related to each other, and this approach can be implemented in the insurance whereby every strategy they make, they need to have a long-term plan and long-term view in it, so the product and the company can sustain in the future.
So I also agree with Dea in terms of property industry, my company, we can implement these 4 strategies, however, for a certain limit. For the first one, in experience, we can use in terms of design, we can collaborate with other artists, so we can make interesting concept for our architecture. However, for the construction, to be a project manager, you need to be at least at the supervisor level at the other apartment project, so you cannot crisscross that at the project manager level. And then for the stable core, it's very important. Our concept is a wonderful living. So for all of our township, we have a complete facilities, clubhouse, malls, schools, etc. So people can buy our products in every town with similar concept. And then for the challenging formula, we can use that for innovative design like smart home. We can implement technology for IoT and then solar panel. And then another thing, you can use that from our handphone right now to monitor your house through camera and others. And then for the customer curiosity, it's very important for developer because we strive to get sold out in the first day launching. So we need to use a very unique concept. Like in Serpong, you can tell that we want to build millennial house in our Serpong, which is known for expensive area. And then like Cakung, it's very hot and very barren land, but we can provide a premium villa with lake. So it provides curiosity for customer.
Okay, I'm agree also with just talking about this experience in oil and gas, just like what I'm saying that in our organization we choose the leader. What we need is the exposure and also the experience, even though they come from the small project. But what we need are the experience how to make the precious decision. So the ability to make good decision is very important. Then the scale of experience, and also when we are talking with the stable core in our organization, especially in project organization, we're talking about the core of the team. That's the point. The core of the team, we have to handle them amongst the project from A to Z. So the engineers of the projects, we have to be handle them even though the top leaders are changing.
However, I might disagree with all of you guys. Maybe I think this strategy cannot be implemented in any industry because I think the movie industry or creative industry has a niche market, especially for those movies who the part or created from comics or novels. Those movies have a loyal and sometimes fanatic fan base, so it created a market first. So the industry win the market first before launching the product. It's difficult from regular industry because they have to launch the product before they have like market first, like something like that.
Okay, but I'm working in the financial industry in banking. I think some of the strategies taken by Marvel is applicable into certain activities of the financial industry itself. For example, those technologies things can be also applicable into the financial services industry. So like if the bank would like to hire somebody from not with a very full experience from the banking itself, that is still possible. But those limited might be only for the back office things, for example, for the technologies related, for the IT related. But the others about the stable core itself, banking is a highly regulated industry, which is stable core from our point of view. Sorry, from my point of view, it should be some things that very principles for all kind of industries. Despite of this is like an entertainment industry and also in other related industries.
Yeah, I agree with Bu Erling basically. We are coming from the same spectrum in banking industries. In certain limits, the strategy can be worked. Agreed regarding with the operations in ITs and even as additionals in products in terms of products it can be implemented. But as a core, since the banks is a very highly regulated, it's not very easy to implement the changes under process. But if we talk about the innovations, for example, currently we are facing, the banking industry is facing disruption from the fintech industry, right? And then what we do, what banking do is basically try to innovate themselves, try to seize another opportunity, and also talk about the collaboration with them also. So in terms of strategy, I think it will work in certain limits.
In insurance industry, for some company with specific line of business, such as my company, which is health insurance, we need in some positions experienced person who has expertise in the kind of line of business. Basically, because our main business is focused to providing services, health services to the public. So basically, in some key positions such as operation and then underwriter, it's need to be experienced person in the positions. But if we talk about the level 4, I think hiring a talent person is important. So basically, in my company, we have selective in hiring a person. We choose a person who has from reputable university, which has specialty majority such as healthy, and then if we talk about innovations in insurance, which is we know that have a tight competition with other company. So basically, we kept trying to innovate by using technological advantage.
Maybe we are coming from the same industry, right?
Yeah.
Commodities.
Yes, commodities.
Yes, commodities. Do you think that easily that can maybe copy paste that formula that from Marvels to our industry? No, right?
I think it's tough business.
Yeah, because this is a very tough business. And in Marvel's industry, they create their own world. They invite everyone with experience with the comics, and they transfer it to the film. Right? Blockbusters. Yeah. So yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm not fan base for superheroes, right? Because this is not real life, I think. But right, we can look at the positive things that Marvel's sending to this industry. They create a lot of things, and they create a variant of their products, and invite everyone. Maybe like maybe the new film like Joker, right? Joker. Maybe there was someone, maybe a lot of people that maybe have the same mindset with Joker, or maybe they create the Iron Man, or create whatever, right? Hulk or anyone. But in our industry, right, commodities, just we create the product easily that we have predicted in the future. But honestly, in commodities, the volatile demand, market and demand is a very different. So yeah, look at the palm oil sometimes become high price and become going down. This is depend on the demand from the export and also from the local demand, right? And the easy things that we can see from the customer curiosity. What the customer curiosity in commodities? The standard for product is already flooring. Everyone can see the standard of the product. They are curious with the pricing. They are curious with the quantity in the market. With a big quantity in the market, or also demand maybe a lot, and also the pricing. This has become a very the point that can make it the customer like it or not like it. So we cannot applicable for this in the Marvel industry to commodities. What do you think?
I think I agree with Arie, because customer curiosity is not applicable in our business, because it's not the customer, it's about the market, bigger than the customer. We cannot control the market, we cannot control the government policy, we cannot control the European policy. So number 4 is not acceptable. But in terms of the third of the three of strategy of the Marvel, by hiring the experience, very good. For example, we hiring the oil and gas operation industries or oil and gas people to develop our operation more better, because the oil and gas more sophisticated or more complicated and high standard. So we can develop our operation into the more standard, and we can operate our operation more effectively and efficient. And the second one, maybe the leverage the stable core, because in the plantation industries, the player is always there for a centuries ago, so the player can change. Then our leaders, our CEOs always stay in that position for a century maybe, because it's in the keep challenging the formula maybe to innovate in the business. So I think the second point and the third point have to be matched, because it's about innovation, and palm oil industry is going to be the innovative company in the future, maybe, for the sustainability.
We do the planning and also the future predict, right?
Yeah.
But the film industry is a very different way.
Very different.
Our world, right? So let me and Bahtiar living in our
industries.
Actually, I think what Marvel did is based on their own research, and I do believe that their research already captured all in other industries. That's why, in my opinion, this kind of core principle of Marvel is applicable in most of industries, to be more aggressive or to be more research their own product, and to be more get the customer base. And this way Marvel or other industry may replicate that pattern of principle, like experience for me, for myself. If as a regulator, I see that why we need to a good combination between experienced person and inexperienced, because it maintains the value of the product itself in a manufacturer or an IT, which is the experience can give the value, but inexperience can give another value, which can cover another customers. And for stable core, yes, it is indeed need to be implemented in the other industries. Why? Because the organization can be prolonged if the core can be preserved and leverage or revitalize the peripheral. It will be good for them to grow up, and the other newcomer will attractively join, because the core is have a best good for the value.
And I actually agree with Pak Ahmad, which is I think that Marvel Studios strategies are very great, and then they are very innovative, and they're very success to keep the balance between the continuity and then the renewal. They keep the balance in their continuity in how to making their film very good, and then retaining the continuity to make each film has their own character. Then they are continue to making each movies as a part of the Marvel family. And then they have a innovative way. They combining with the renewal strategy with hiring inexperienced person. It's I think that it's very effective to bring some new idea to their movies, to their organization, and it's very fits to the entertainment market. But I think that I totally agree with Pak Sony and then the Pak Ahmad in like banking industry, and if we are working tightly with the government and the regulator, like me as I working in the pharmaceutical industry. Experience and inexperienced strategy is completely not applicable, because in pharmaceutical industry it's very strictly regulated with the regulator, with BPOM in this case. If the person not have enough experience in working with the pharmaceutical industry, the company will be of course it definitely improve the risk to violate the regulator.
So in conclusion, in general, we are agreed that the Marvel strategy can be applicable to many industries, but we have a certain limitation. For example, for financial industry, they are highly regulated and then the government related, so it will be very difficult. And then for the commodity industry itself, the customer curiosity is not really related to them. And then of course for the construction and oil and gas, we need a very highly skilled employee in there. So for the managers itself, there need to be a highly experienced. Thank you.